Hey guys, what's up and welcome to another video. Me and Mayumi, we've been married now for 2 years and it's been awesome. We just had our wedding anniversary a few days ago, so we just wanted to do a quick video and kind of like share our experiences with you and just kind of talk about what it's been like being married for 2 years.
Welcome to your wedding! It's a nice birthday, guys. Perfect. Woo. There we go.
Okay, so the first thing that I learned after we got married and we started living together and everything like that, just give you guys a quick little like backstory for you guys. So me and May, we're both Christians, and when we started dating and we did that whole like initial period and then engagement and getting married and everything, we didn't live together or any of that stuff. So just so you guys know, like fairly traditional conservative kind of relationship starting, all right? So that's where we started from. So if you guys are like, wait, you guys never lived together? Hopefully that explains it for you. So when we first got married and we moved in and we started living with each other, it was a massive learning curve for me. And I think at that point, speaking like me personally, I had this realization that I was probably the most selfish douchebag I think I have ever encountered. And I think that that's probably something that a lot of people can relate to, because I think when you first start like living together with your partner, or your wife or anything like that, it's a big change, because all of a sudden, instead of living for yourself and doing everything for yourself, you're all of a sudden doing that for not only yourself, but now your wife. And I think that was a massive learning curve for me. I think a few nights, like a few weeks, I would just like come home and just go and do my thing, and exclude May, because that's just what I always did. And it was so like awkward, just like trying to learn that. And then obviously that created tension, and May would get upset at me and I wouldn't understand why she was upset, because that's just all I ever did, right? I'm like, Anyways, you can say I learned a lot. But I'm the type of person that I really like learning things. I like becoming a better person. I love that journey, kind of like starting from 0 going to like 10 and keep going kind of thing. So I really enjoyed I've really enjoyed learning and growing, and I'm still not perfect yet, which is I think something that's important to realize. But in general, I've just really learned that I've really enjoyed becoming a better person through marriage. So for me personally, when it comes to I guess younger couples that are really looking at, getting married or, wanting to take that next step, get engaged and all that type of thing, I really recommend it, because it's just such a life experience that just makes you so much more mature and grown up, I feel is the best way to describe it. I don't know, babe, what was the first few weeks of marriage like for you? I mean, besides all the fun stuff.
I still think it's going on still.
Sorry, I just threw you up there with that comment.
No, it's okay. I think it's something that's still going on till now. Which is, this guy is very, very spontaneous. And it's one thing that I'm very bad at, because I like planning things. I like putting it on a calendar. It's this time till this time I want to do this, and then from this time I exactly want to do it at this timing and all that, which this guy cannot do. He only can do it in spontaneous occasions.
Sometimes I'm planned out, but if I plan anything out, it's got to be to the T.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think, being spontaneous is actually good too. That's something I learned. You need that momentum, is it? Something that energy, I don't know how to explain it.
When I'm passionate about something, if I get an idea, I'll instantly be like, hey babe, we should go and do this, right now, let's go. And May's like, but I wanted to do this today. And I'm like, yeah, but this is so much awesome, let's go.
Yeah, so a lot of my plans get destroyed.
Yeah, but
in a good way.
Do you think you would Okay, now I kind of do sound like a douchebag.
No. That's what I'm saying. There's a good side and a bad side of planning and being spontaneous. But I think
sometimes there's a place for spontaneousness.
Yes, yeah.
Well, this is what I've learned, because this was something we did clash on a lot. And I felt like there was a time and a place for being spontaneous, but then there's definitely not a time, like there is definitely a time and a place where you're not meant to be spontaneous. Yeah, definitely.
And we're still learning.
That's
Not perfect yet.
That's so true, right? Like, I think in marriage, I think you never stop trying, you never stop learning. And I think, you know, in other examples of, you know, people where their marriages haven't worked out and stuff like that, I think it comes down to, you know, have you stopped trying? Have you stopped wanting to learn? Have you stopped wanting to be a better person? I think that's a very big, important thing, because once you stop trying, then I think the relationship's over. So that's something very important. And I'm not just saying that from a marriage perspective. I think that comes across all relationships, friendships, you know, your spouses, your children, anything like that. Once you stop trying to make an effort, the relationship's dead. So, you know, biggest things that I think we struggled with initially was communication. You know, obviously, May's half Japanese, half Singaporean Chinese, right? But she's mainly Japanese in the sense of her culture, her language, and things like that, right? So English to her, I would say, would be second. It's good. Her English is amazing. It actually is. But there are a lot of like key things that in English language that she doesn't pick up on, like things like sarcasm, different tone drops and rises and stuff like that, that mean, you know, hey, I'm joking, and all that type of stuff, right? Especially us Australians. We are like the most sarcastic bunch of people you'll ever get. So when we're talking to people and stuff, like, and there's a really bad situation, the thing that we do to make it better is we joke about it like straight away. There's no such thing as too soon in Australia. We will make jokes about anything terrible and bad that's going on to try and, like, so that we can all laugh about it, because that makes it better, right? In hindsight, look, like, it's totally like a messed up cultural thing, but when we first got married, like, it was so difficult for us because how I communicate in English is completely different to how May understands English. And
I got so offended with your sarcasm.
I had to tone down my sarcasm so much. It was
I got really offended.
Yeah, it was some tough times. So like, communication is so important. If you can't communicate to your spouse, if you can't communicate to any of your friends or anyone you have a relationship, I think that's another sign that things aren't going to go well. So this all kind of comes in that bracket of like trying or learning, wanting, and effort, right, in a relationship. And I think the most important thing I really feel is communication, because if you don't have communication, you really have nothing. Yeah, you can't have a relationship without that. All right, so we're both obviously like, this is a multicultural, like cultured, that's such a hard word for me to say really fast. We're a multicultural, like, I guess, relationship / marriage, right? Now, I'm Australian / kind of, I guess, like English, British, and Slovenian and all this. Like, my mum's side of the family, they're all like Slovenian and European. And then my dad's side of the family, they pretty much had been in Australia like most of their entire lives. And I think it was like great-great-great-great-great-granddads all kind of migrated over from the UK. So like Britain and stuff. And like, so my dad's side's a huge farming, kind of like sugarcane farming industry and stuff, all up in north of Australia, North Queensland. And May, her mum is Singaporean Chinese.
Yes.
Her dad is Japanese.
Yes.
But she was born in Singapore.
Yes.
Spent a bit of time growing up in Japan, then was moved to Mexico. Then, correct me if I'm wrong here at any point. Then from Mexico for a fair few years growing up, to the US, California.
Yes.
And then from California back to Japan.
Yes. In high school.
In high school.
Yeah.
So pretty much your entire like growing up periods, she was just getting crammed with so much different culture. Plus at the same time, obviously, her parents. Now at home, I would assume, because your dad, you know, like man of the house kind of thing, right? I guess the Japanese culture was kind of like the main culture at home, or was it kind of mixed?
It was very mixed.
Very mixed. So you had like the Chinese side from your mum.
Yeah.
And then oh man, that would have been so difficult.
It doesn't really help too when you have like a Western house.
Yeah, okay. Because then if you guys want to do anything Japanese, there's nothing really in the house that complements that. Yeah. So Japanese houses are very different in how they're built and all this type of stuff. So they're actually built in such a way so you can do all these Japanesey cultural things within your house. Like they're actually built for that. But yeah, Western houses would be very difficult to do that kind of thing.
And especially in Mexico, like you can't get certain foods.
Yeah.
So what we used to do was we had to actually like drive like a whole day to Texas.
To cross the border.
To cross the border, and we bought like Chinese food because we couldn't buy anything in Mexico. Like, it was only veggies. And you look at the veggies; they're very Mexican
but
veggies.
You would have made, like, you guys probably would have. I mean, I guess you'd get sick of Mexican food after a while living there. Yeah.
It's actually like same ingredients for everything.
Yeah. So you went from Mexico then to the States, and like all of this culture that May has learned over those years and taken in is now here, and then you got my culture as well, right? So for an example, right? You know, when I first moved to Japan and stuff, I didn't really know any of like the at-home kind of Japanese cultural things, like the ofuro, which is like the hot bath and how you do your shower and stuff. So in Australia, or I guess in Western culture, right? If we have a bath, we have a bath, that's it. Like, you know, we wash ourselves and we sit in the dirty, filthy water, which now is kind of gross that I think about it. The whole bubble bath thing is disgusting. Because like, you know...
Wait, you did bubble bath?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, who doesn't like bubble baths? It's freaking awesome, playing with bubbles and... Anyways, well, that was my experience as a kid anyways. But, you know, like, it's so different. Just having a bath or a shower here in Japan is, you know, they... typically in Western culture, I think we all like to have our showers or baths sometimes in the morning, just to wake you up, go to work, feel fresh. And sometimes people don't even have a shower before they go to bed. They do it every morning. But Japanese people, they do it every night before bed normally, or before dinner. There's kind of like a joke, right, where the housewife here in Japan will welcome the husband in and be like, what's the line in Japanese?
なんだっけ?
Anyways, in English, it's like, would you like your dinner first? Would you like your bath first? Or would you like me first? Is typically the cliche kind of line that most housewives would say to their husband, which I'm yet to experience. But anyways, so typically what happens is the husband comes home, or you come home from work, and you either eat your dinner or you have a bath first. And what happens is you have a shower first. You wash everything off your body in a different section to where the bath is. You wash everything off your body, you rinse yourself off, and then you get into the bath or the ofuro, and then you soak in it for a bit, and it is so relaxing. It, like, you know, resets your body and your muscles and everything after a hard day at work. And then you get out, rinse yourself off again, because normally you have some like additives and kind of things in the bath to like seep into your skin and muscles to help. And then you're like sweet as and refreshed. You go out, have a nice cold glass of milk, and you're all good. That's typically like Japanese culture, like how you have a bath. So like, I started doing that, and I think it is now the best thing in the world. I don't know what it is, but I just love hot baths now. So, and like even just going to the ofuro or the onsen now with my friends, like that was a whole experience that I never experienced in Australia, getting naked with a bunch of guys and jumping in a hot bath. That is so like kind of weird, right? And that is something that they do here, and it's totally normal. And now that I'm embracing it, I think it's the best thing in the world. Not the naked guys part, but just like the relaxation part of it. It is seriously the best thing ever. And I think one of the biggest cultural things that I pushed onto May was Vegemite. Which now she craves it and has it so much more than me, it's scary.
I love Vegemite. When I'm sick, that's all I want to eat.
Yeah, that's all she wants to eat. Which,
toast and Vegemite.
We need to do that one day. We're probably going to do a video where we just go out on the street and get Japanese people to try Vegemite. Some of you guys who have tried Vegemite are probably like scrunching up your faces and are like grossed out right now. But just to give you a bit of advice, if you ever do try Vegemite, the person who's going to make you try it is going to try to make you take a lot of it in one hit. That is the complete worst thing ever. Don't do that. While I can handle a lot because like I could probably have a whole spoon on it and suck on it, but you don't just put it all in your mouth and try to eat it and swallow it at the same time because that is disgusting and gross and it'll make you throw up. Right? Vegemite it's like a really salty kind of spread. It's very similar to soy sauce, I kind of feel like, but I don't know.
It has more, do you say gravy?
Yeah, it kind of tastes like gravy, like a thick kind of gravy. Anyways, you just want to spread a little tiny bit on it on your toast or your cracker and stuff. And you want to have butter with it for your first time. Very good way to try Vegemite is to get a hot piece of toast, put some butter on it so it melts, and then spread a little bit of Vegemite over it. You don't want it to be like Nutella. It is not chocolate. Don't slather that thing on there. But yeah, just start off with a little bit and you'll really understand why we like it and enjoy it. It's so good.
It also has to be not a good bread.
Yeah, it has to be good bread.
Really? For me, I think I like the crappy slice.
Like the crusty bread?
Yeah, like not the really high end, like really good bread. It should be.
I think it goes on everything, but that's just because Vegemite is in my blood. So. But yeah, Vegemite goes on pretty much. Well, for me, it goes on anything. Like I'll sit there with crackers, I'll put carrot in there and celery and all that type of stuff with it. But I think like when you're trying it for the first time, just get a normal piece of bread, white toast, or actually, I think it goes really well with brown bread, like wholemeal bread with the nuts and stuff. Yeah, so good. Not the nuts. What do they call it? Grains. The grains. Yeah. Anyways, in case you haven't noticed, May does struggle a little bit with you guys at the moment. I'm trying to like win her over. She did say if we reach 7,000 subscribers, that once that happens, that I can do like a full video of just like a biography of her. So I'm just gonna stick a camera in her face and ask her a bunch of questions. So I'm looking forward to that because we're actually nearly at 7,000 subscribers. So thanks heaps, guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe and all that, and keep it going. But I think we're going to wrap up this video now. It's been going for quite a while. Tell us in the comment section what you thought of this video, of us just kind of like opening up about our relationship and sharing some things with you guys. Tell us if you enjoyed it, if you liked it, if you hated it. Anyways, we love your feedback. We'd like to do some more of this in the future and touch on some other things in marriage and stuff like that. But I think from my perspective, I love marriage. I think it's the best thing I ever did. I've learnt so much. I've become such a better person because of it. What about you? Yosh. What about you? Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I do.
She's so short with her words, she's all hazakashi in front of you guys. Hazakashi means like embarrassed. Anyways, guys, thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and share and all that jazz as I said before. And we'll catch you next time. Ja mata ne!